so we'll have to see. Lucy's with us live this morning on Studio 10 making shrimp enchiladas. It's good to see you again. This is a pretty easy but delicious meal. Easy for a weeknight.
It is totally easy for a weeknight. I just sent this picture to my mom and sisters, and Betsy said, I'm going to make this next week. And I told her, this is the easiest recipe. I mean, these are all our ingredients out right here. And yeah, so shrimp enchiladas is what we're making. And I just bought these. We sell, Gulf shrimp frozen already in the stores. They're already peeled and deveined. And I love to keep shrimp in the freezer because it's such a quick, you can do it with anything. I mean, it just comes together in a flash for a supper, whatever you do with shrimp, because of course they don't take any time to cook.
Right.
So I'm just gonna put just a teaspoon of olive oil over medium-high heat. And I'm gonna go ahead and add our shrimp, and then we'll talk about the spices that we're gonna put in here.
Yum. So it looks really easy. While you're doing that, I did want to mention, I actually went to Van Cleve, Mississippi for the first time, probably a month or so ago.
Really?
For a wedding, and we passed the Greer's Market there, and you guys have been doing some work at that one.
Yes, we have. We have expanded to the right, so we've enlarged the store, and we had a small liquor store. In Mississippi, they have different rules about wine and beer in your grocery store, and so we have not beer, but wine and liquor. And so we had a small liquor store, so we have a much larger liquor and wine store, and then the grocery store got much larger, and we actually just converted all of our pricing to cost plus pricing. So every single price in the store dropped. So Van Cleve, a lot of people live, they work in Ocean Springs, or they work in Biloxi, or they work somewhere else. So now people will be able to, get a really competitive price right there in a nicer store right there in Van Cleve.
How exciting is that for all of those people? And especially these days too, it's nice to see a lower price on things.
It is, yeah. Prices, each year just kind of continues to climb on the list of what consumers are most concerned with, and so our low cost plus pricing is competitive with Walmart and all the big box stores. So anyway, I'm going to add our spices here. So I just have chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, salt, and pepper. So just all of our classic kind of Mexican spices. So we're just going to let these shrimp cook for just a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes at the most, and then we're going to let them cool off before we finish the rest of our filling.
Yum. Okay, well, we will do that here in just a second. I did want to ask you, is that a specific kind of cheese?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
I did smoked Gouda.
Yum.
So I know. You could, of course, use whatever cheese, like Monterey Jack or Pepper Jack would be great, or regular Gouda, but I was like, ooh, I think smoked Gouda with this shrimp is going to be really good.
Ooh.
So I just shredded that up. That's just I just bought one of those 7-ounce rounds and just shredded it up. Yeah.
All right, well, tips from Lucy coming up on these shrimp enchiladas next. We're also going to learn more about their Greer's markets across the Gulf Coast.
Lucy Greer live in our Studio 10 kitchen this morning. Good to see you, friend.
Thank you. You too.
What are we working on today?
We're working on our shrimp enchiladas. So Chelsea and I already sauteed our shrimp with some garlic powder and chili powder, some cumin, a little bit of onion powder, and salt and pepper. And this was just 1 pound of shrimp. And now we are just going to add 2 ingredients to make our filling. I'm just using a can of diced tomatoes and chilies, and I went ahead and drained it. So, and if you don't care for any heat at all, you could just do half a can of diced tomatoes. You don't have to do the chilies.
What if I want tons of heat?
Then you should get that one that says, what does it say? It's like extra hot or whatever.
They got like Da Bomb hot sauce.
Yeah, something like that.
Stuff.
Or just like grab that sriracha bottle out of the fridge and just like go to town. And then I'm adding now, this was some smoked Gouda. So I just bought one of those 7-ounce rounds of smoked Gouda. But you could use whatever you want, Pepper Jack, Joe, I think you wanted it a little spicier, or, Monterey Jack, anything that's just going to, cheddar would be great. So anything that is just going to melt into these enchiladas, and that's the filling. So it's really, really simple. And I have flour tortillas today. I have 8 of the burrito size flour tortillas. And this is just a 9x13 that I already sprayed with nonstick spray. So each little tortilla, actually these are really big, each big tortilla will take about, this is a 1/4 cup scoop. So each will take about half a cup, and then you just you know, spread it out, and you really don't need as much filling as you think because, let's see, can they see? Because once you want to roll it kind of tight, and you're going to have to because we want all of these to fit inside our baking dish.
Yeah, this is a really great way to do it. Put them all in that baking dish and get it ready to go. It kind of simplifies the process and makes it easier. I love your pairing of smoked Gouda, to be honest, with the shrimp. If you think about a lot of shrimp and grits recipes, if you get at a fancy restaurant, they'll use smoked Gouda along with that. It just seems to work really nice as a complement to shrimp.
I thought so too. And we are going, and really, I have a lot of friends, oopsie. Be careful.
I don't have a lot of friends.
You don't have a lot of friends? Just everybody at work. I'm your friend, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucy.
You left all your friends back in Wisconsin. So a lot of people are not eating meat right now or not eating meat on certain days. And you could do the same recipe, and instead of doing the shrimp, you could just drain 2 cans of black beans and do everything the exact same, and that would be really good too.
Yeah. Doesn't shrimp count as a whatever the word is? I think you can eat shrimp on Fridays.
I think you can for sure on Fridays. I have one friend, my friend Justine, gave up meat altogether for Lent. So I'm going to text her this recipe and tell her switch it out to beans.
All right. Well, this sounds good. We're going to let you keep working on it. We're going to finish it up in just a bit.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to Studio 10. We are live with Lucy this morning in the kitchen. What'd you make?
We made shrimp enchiladas, and they're all rolled up. And it was our super simple filling. We sauteed some shrimp with some spices, and then we just added 1 can of Rotel tomatoes, and then that smoked Gouda cheese, and then we rolled it up in our flour tortillas. And now I'm just using 1 can of green enchilada sauce. The green enchilada sauce goes really well with the shrimp instead of the red, but if you like red enchilada sauce better, you can certainly use that one. And the last thing we're gonna do is just top it with a cup of whatever cheese you want. $3.50 for 30 minutes and supper's ready.
This smells so good. If you need to like take someone a meal too, this seems like the perfect thing to do.
It would be so great. And of course you could do the same thing with chicken. You could do it with black beans instead of meat to make it a vegetarian option. So very versatile, but it's a really good way to just put it together super quick with only a few ingredients.
How do the kids like this at your house?
You know, I was dropping the kids off at school this morning. This was in the back because I was coming here, and they said, "What's that smell? It smells so good." So we will see tonight what they think.
All right, well, Lucy's gonna have to update us next week. You're making something real yummy too.
Yes, we're gonna make an antipasti pasta salad. It's beautiful. We're getting into spring, and it's perfect for the spring and summer.
All right, well, we will throw this in the oven. Remember, 350 for about 30 minutes, and there you go, Lucy's shrimp enchiladas, which are so delicious and perfect